everyone, today I thought I would take you along as we do a snow day today. You can kind of see it falling, but yay, look at all that snow falling. On snow days, we always start with a hot breakfast. So this morning, we had packaged oatmeal, which is why I try to have extra of it. If we don't have packaged oatmeal, we used to not do packaged oatmeal, but it became easier to do for the kids for school days, but we used to do it from scratch. So we also keep oats from scratch in case we run out of packet. Also, Matt has found it more convenient to do the packets for work than to actually do scratch, made from scratch, because he can't heat up at work right now. So that was the other reason why. The next thing we do is everybody sits down and does school until lunchtime. Because it's Friday, we normally only do a half day anyways. Well, now that it's lunchtime, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna eat lunch and then head outside. It's actually not supposed to stick around. The snow's not, it's supposed to warm up. Although now they've updated to say that we're under a winter advisory until 7 p.m. tonight. So it may not, it may stay for longer than they thought it was going to. But for lunch today, we're doing soup. This is the chicken corn chowder from Aldi's. Chicken corn chowder. It's one of our favorites. We really like it. Those are like, depending on what time of year it is, they can range from like $1.29 to $1.69 a can. It takes 3 cans to feed our whole family. Instead of doing regular crackers or anything with it, the kids like the Aldi's brand Cheez-Its, especially in a soup that already has a cheese flavor to it. Potato soup's also really good with it. A little bit more carbs, but when they're fixing to go outside and play in the snow, I need them to have something warm and filling. So you can tell it's a lot wetter. And it also was a lot warmer before it started falling. And honestly, if Matt has to go to work on a school day when it's snowing, I prefer for it to be this way because then the driveway is already clear. This will probably freeze overnight, but we don't really have any plans to go anywhere tomorrow. So, at least I don't now. So, but also it's kind of fun because like you can see where the trees are and then there's no snow on the ground directly under trees, even ones like the red bud, and there's no snow underneath it. So that's fun. What are you doing?
Building a snowman?
Not you. What is she doing? Are you penguin sledding? Your face is gonna be so cold.
That's right.
Also, that is like mostly mud now. Congratulations. Okay, let's not strip all the grass from the yard.
But then you don't have to mow it.
You need a hat on. Your face is turning pink. It's fine. There she goes. Fun part, it's actually melting off the trees as it's still falling. That is so weird. I think you're only sliding on leaves now. That is a cute snow tortoise.
I need to get more
Tom the turtle. So I usually end up coming back in before the kids do. They usually end up staying out longer than I do. They have a lot more energy than I do. The other reason I come in early is I'm gonna go ahead and start the hot water for their hot chocolate when they come in. And that's one of the things we try to do is let them have either warm hot chocolate if we have it, or if we don't, we do tea and try to have that ready for them when they come in. I'm fixing to take this to the door though. I see. And what this is, if you don't have painter sticks that you could paint and do this with, go buy some cheap rulers from Dollar Tree. Buy some of their cheap felt snowflakes. You can tell it's kind of torn a little bit, but that's okay. Madeline made this when she was in like pre-K, early grade school age. But if you have paint sticks, use a ruler and mark the numbers. And what they do is they can go out and measure it. We've never needed the entire foot, but it's still fun for them to measure. Another thing I do while they're out is they come in the back door and I put towels for them. There's 2 towels there. They're rag towels, stained. That's their entire purpose, is to stay back there for when the kids come in. That way they can instantly take their shoes off and have them on a towel. I currently have a load running, but it's a fast washer. It should be finished before they come in. So my goal is, once that load, because I had to get a load of towels in right now because I spaced it out. He wants to go out and play in the snow so bad. But if I let him out and play in the snow, he goes crazy and then he tries to run off. And the kids don't want to have to keep him on a leash while they're trying to play outside. So he'll have his time out later. Once that load finishes, I had to do a load of towels because I try to balance out the warm loads with showers. Matt's gonna want to shower when he gets home from work. And once that's done, I'm gonna call them in, and their wet clothes instantly go to the washer. The shoes will stay on the towels and their wet clothes go to the washer. And then I don't have to worry about wet clothes laying around anywhere. And I have all girls, so I mean, if you are like me and you have all the same gender of kids, you know what it's like. You can just let them strip off and just, you know, do what they need to do. So I just have them change out all their wet stuff there, and then they go to their room and just put on the warm pajamas and be ready for the next part of the day. So speaking of which, you all have heard me share this before, but Misty Leask, I keep wanting to call her Missy because I have a friend named Missy, has a blog called Year-Round Homeschooling with Misty Leask. I'm gonna see if I'm pronouncing her last name correctly. Misty Leask. She, in 2015, made a pack called the Arctic Animal Game Pack, and she just shared it today. And I was like, I messaged her, I'm like, that's perfect, because we just had a snow day, and Rebecca just changed units in 4th grade history and is learning about Arctic and Antarctic, the difference between the 2 animals that each one has and how they're different. What I'm gonna do is, she has a couple of these that are matching games that you can print off as part of the packet. I'm gonna print those on cardstock so we can use them over and over again this winter and while she's covering that unit. She also has like bingo cards with them, and I'm gonna print those off as well, probably on cardstock. The rest of the packet, that's also a game. So the part that the packet that actually they will draw on, I'm gonna do that on our regular printer paper, because that's actual like paper assignments versus ones you can laminate. And I'm not showing you on screen because I don't do that. I don't share people's copyrighted content, like what the entire thing looks like before people purchase it. And she has a copyright page at the beginning of the second page every single packet. So I try to respect that, because I also don't want people just like ripping our videos. Like I said, I just try to be respectful of other people's content as well. But what we're gonna do is, I'm going to, while they're outside, they don't even know I did this. I downloaded all this while they were doing tests and quizzes today and studying for those, because it's Friday still. But like I said, because it's Friday, we normally do a half day anyways, but I figure a half day snow day, let them play outside as long as they can tolerate the cold. If they wanna come in earlier before the washer finishes, that's fine. I'm just not gonna start the kettle before then. But I'm gonna go ahead and print these off, and I'm gonna save the instructions and all that into a floppy folder for myself. I don't know what people actually call them. We call them floppy folders here in the South. These things right here that have the 3 binder clip things, and we buy those in bulk every year on Amazon for school, or Walmart. This year was Amazon because couldn't go in shopping for school for 2020. But I'm gonna print out the instructions and put them in those, and I might put them in page protectors. And I probably will put them in page protectors. And what I sometimes do, I don't have one on the whiteboard right now. Sometimes, like my instructions for dog sitters, I'll print those off and put them in page protectors, and then I'll tape the top sealed and put it on the fridge. As we go to different places, I will put our destination with an emergency contact for that specific destination, with like our room number or like our cabin number, stuff like that. So if there's an emergency for whoever is here, like dog sitting or kid and dog sitting. So I might do that. I might just put them in the page protectors and then tape them shut so that I can put them in the binder. And I might put them in my 3-ring binder instead, my gaming one, like for like games and stuff, like I have a printable Snakes and Ladders, which is an older version of Chutes and Ladders. But I might do that. I might just tape it and put it on there. Again, I'm not gonna show you the whole pack. Sneak peek, you can see the bingo card one. It's super cute. I think the kids are gonna love this. It will give them something. This one, unlike the other packets we've shared from her, doesn't actually have writing assignments. It's all fun stuff. I think the kids will really enjoy this today for the snow day. And then tomorrow, while we're also at home, East Tennessee, because of the mountains, there are parts that the roads never get direct sunlight. So we get what's called black ice under the snow. almost every single time it snows. With it as slushy as it is, I'm gonna say it's probably gonna happen. So we're probably gonna cancel all of our plans for this weekend, possibly not huge plans. I think we're gonna go to like a walking trail and go get groceries. So yeah, 2021 perspective. Big plans are grocery shopping and nature trail. But anyways, I'm gonna go print these off. I'm gonna go see if they want to come back in. Oh my, actually, I'm not gonna cut this yet. I'm gonna show you what happened. They actually forecasted that at lunch or at noon today, it was supposed to change over to mostly like rain. And yesterday they were saying this, and then it would be changing over. Check this out. That still looks like snow to me. Are y'all having fun? We finished all of the writing portion of the packet, and we did a couple of the games that were in there. They were super fun. I did cut things apart and put either scotch tape or something on them to like laminate so that they wouldn't tear, and then I have the rest of them in a binder, 3-ring binder. Now they're gonna turn on Disney Plus and watch a nature documentary. I think the only one that's theme-ish would be the penguin one. We have a separate channel on our subscription services where we watch just like school stuff, so we can go back and watch them from there. But while they do that, they can have popcorn. I can do popcorn in their popcorn bins. I'll show you that in a second. And while they have a snack and eat popcorn, I can get the laundry folded that I've been trying to get caught up from the holidays. The last thing that we're going to do today is read The Snowy Day. All 3 of my kids each have a copy of this book, and we received it free from, let me see if I can show it without showing our address, Dolly Parton's Imagination Library. Each child in Tennessee, it started with Sevier County and moved out to the surrounding counties, then the surrounding counties, but each child in Tennessee receives, if you sign up for it through your library, receives a free book from birth to 5 years. And when they get their 5-year book, it's like a kindergarten Here I Come book, and the first book is The Little Engine That Could. But this is actually one of our favorites that they do, and all 3 of them have a copy of this, and we read it every single time. If you don't have a copy of it, usually most of the like Libby and sources like that have it. But one of my favorite things is there's a question and answer section for kids in the back. Like starting up, you ask a question, then as you're reading the story, ask questions, and then after the story, questions to ask. And I actually had another mom who was hosting a snow co-op with our kids, like a Snowy Day themed co-op in January one year, and she read the book and did the questions with it. So I was like, okay, you kids don't answer because you already know all the answers to it. But we're gonna, even though they're tween and teen now, I still want to read it because it's still a fun book to read together, and we're just gonna read it together, have like a time to just sit down and read. I don't have a complete list. I also went through on reads this morning, and I usually wait until we actually get a snowy day so that it's fresh and right there and not have to be on a waiting list or have a book and it not snow. Some of our favorites are like Magic Tree House has a polar bear themed one. It has a non-fiction companion polar bear themed one as well. So we have that. There's a couple other winter themed books that I just checked out, and they have those available for like reading more on the tween and teens reading levels. But again, I just thought, you know, still be fun to just curl up, read a book together. So we're gonna read this one real quick. Then we'll be going back to our normal Pizza Friday. So we hope you kind of enjoy following along what we do on a snow day. It's not that common we get snow days here. It's our 3rd this school season. 3rd or 4th? Is it 3rd or 4th?
I think it's actually the 4th.
It's 3rd or 4th snow season or snow day since beginning of the 2020-2021 school year. So we just try to take advantage of it every time we can, and I love doing the like Arctic and Antarctic themed activities to go with our snow days and just kind of have a half day of school. But thanks for following us along. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.